And so, anyway, they were never able to find the chicken, but without that, they weren't able to prosecute. So it all worked out. Hi, welcome to the
Hi.
stream. This is
Well,
Roll
you
for
know
Bull.
chickens.
Yeah, they've suspected foul play, but they were never able to prove it. Okay, so
Oh,
welcome to. I like that I was able to deliver the worst punchline to a joke that didn't exist. Um,
Don't spoil the secrets, dude.
um, Welcome
Exactly.
to Roll for Bull. I am your DM Ben Competence. We are a D&D live stream doing Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, a Greek mythology campaign. We have 4 heroes here, or should I say 4 Dragon Lords? Say hi, Dragon Lords.
Hi,
hi,
Hello,
Dragon
Dragon
Lord.
Lords.
There they are, wonderful people. Very complicated story. Lots of heartbreak, lots of minotaurs, lots of surprising amount of romance. But in short, our heroes have been charged to face the Titans, 2 Titans who are bound by oath not to destroy basically the continent of Thylia, to oversimplify it. But their vow ends very soon. The heroes have gone on many quests to counter this and prepare to face them. During that quest, they ended up with the ship the Ultros, a ship that can brave the seas no matter what the Titans throw at them. They have opened the continent of Thylia to them, able to go almost anywhere in the setting. Asterix. When they got this power, Euphemian, a member of the group, asked to go to Miletus, an island where he has a bit of a past, and we'll come back to that in a minute. I am going to roll for each of you, and I want you to introduce your name, your character, and if your character had a total vacation day with no responsibilities, where would they go? We're just throwing
Say
this
that
out
again.
there.
Sorry.
If your character had a complete vacation day, a total PTO, paid day off, where they can go anywhere and they're not allowed to deal with their responsibilities related to the mission, what would their day off look like? I rolled. Allie, you may introduce your name, your character, and what your character would do, unless you wish to pass.
No. My name is Allie, and my character's name is Callista, and she is a satyr, bard, warlock, multi-class. And if she had a no responsibilities holiday, she would probably, I mean, that was like basically her life before we left, so
That's true.
she'd probably just find like a nice clearing to kind of get away and write some poetry, play some music, relax.
I like this.
You know.
That sounds like a good day. Let me see here. Rolling again for the die. A Bipolar Skittle. Bipolar Skittle is actually in the other Curse of Strahd campaign. She is, they just defeated Strahd. She's swinging by. Gracious of her. They gave her a gift of sub. She killed the greatest evil to ever take over a land in 500 years, so I gave her a $5 sub on Twitch. Jen, your turn.
Oh. I am Quirin, a
Mhm.
wood elf monk that punches stuff. Pow pow!
It's true.
Let's see. If he
I've seen her do it.
Yeah, well, I get punched back pretty hard sometimes. Okay. Yeah, so what would he do for his vacation? Oh, totally hang out with Seema. Ah, don't ruin my pillow, my dog. Anyways, so that would be with spend time with Seema, chill out, relax, take her out in the town and just hang out. I think that would be his day off. Spending
love
time
this.
with
I'd like
Seema.
to see that.
Even if she had to do like work, like with her, I don't want to spoil anything in case anybody wants to continue following, but if she was busy with work, I would help her with work.
Help her with work. Man, there's a whole asterisk and footnote on that we can't get into, but I love it. Tammy. Sorry, my camera's being weird. I always try this camera and it never works out. Let me turn off the background. Tammy, Would you tell me about you, Kiki, and your day off?
Absolutely. So I am Kiana, Kiki for short, among her friends. And she is a Triton barbarian, just multi-classed into fighter, because, gotta hit more things and be more badass than before. Come on. And as far as she's concerned for a vacation, I think she would make her way to somewhere in the world, whatever the equivalent of our current world of Thylia's Hawaii would be. And she would be going in among the corals and chatting up all the fishies and have them spill the tea. See what's been going on. Chit-chatting with old friends.
This is fantastic. I think that's a great response. And I think that finally, this brings us to Euphemian.
So I'm Reed. I play Euphemian.
Oh, brings us to Reed, whichever.
You're one and the same.
Yeah, I don't have this cool name most of the time, but
you don't have that cool name this time.
That's true.
Yeah.
A name is what you make of it, really. So I am Euphemian and human wizard, and what he would probably do if he was given the option to would be to head back to Mitros and hang around the library, because
Nerd.
he's a big old geek. But
Love it.
if that wasn't an
Nerd.
option, then the next best thing would probably be to hang out and hit the bars, get crunk.
Yeah, that's true. Crunk being his arch rival, who he has a sworn to blood feud against. All right.
Uncle's name.
So, let me do a couple announcements. It's weird. We have announcements.
Oh my god.
Before-
yes.
Before I go into the summary of where we are now and start the story. We have still, if you have points in the chat, we are raising. You can donate bacon to get Reed dye his. If we get him up to 75,000, I think that we can dye Reed's hair. If you're in the chat around the time we get there, or we'll do a poll shortly thereafter. People can vote what color to pick it. Personally, I just want it to be translucent. I'm trying to see if that's possible. But that's something you should donate your bacon to. Secondly, we will go into more on this part during the break, before and after the break. But you might notice that every one of us is rocking a fantastic fashion accent. These buttons, I have a Strahd one. Each of the players has one of their characters, and also their name tags that they have. These were brought to us. These are a gift. If you've seen Fatima Noel in chat, she sent them to us. She also has, they are samples from her store, which we are glad to give a shout out to. I'm putting the story in the chat as well and in the Discord. If you get a chance to check that out. Here's my favorite thing. First of all, we have the bacon here, which I love, and everyone has their own characters. My favorite thing, if you go to the store and you use the promo code ROLL4BOWL, you get 15% off. And we're also looking to see what else we can add to that, and that is just fantastic.
We have a promo code.
We have a promo code is where we are in our lives.
We're grinding out that capitalism.
We are. So
And helping friends along the way. Wait a minute.
That's socialism. So Reed, do you want to explain to people why your time at Miletus might be a little jarring before we jump into it? Set the stage.
We'll give a little recap here. When Euphemian was very, very young, before the age of 11, he went by the name of Cleon. And as a child, he was actually an indentured servant as a result of something that his father had done. And I'm sure we'll dig into a bit more during the session. But, well, long story short, his friend, use the word loosely, was the son of the master. And, well, essentially, Cleon killed the boy, took his identity, went off to Mitros and learned to be a wizard in his place.
That old tale. Euphemian, Cleon, now known as Euphemian, made his way back to Miletus, where he was immediately identified as Euphemian, and told that they've been trying to reach him, both about his extended car warranty, and that his father has been trying to reach him. Euphemian's father. That brings us to this session. Does anybody have any other business that I missed before we get started, before we jump in?
No, I
We're
think
ready
that's
to
it
go.
for business.
All right. We are off the map here in absolutely every way. 1 second. You are at the port of Miletus. You see in front of you a small smattering of buildings along the dock, different, like an inn, some different, a tavern, a few shops. It's not that big. It's not that big of a place. The island itself is neither hustling nor bustling. It is small, but what you see up on the hills are just a vast amount of vineyards. This Miletus, as anyone would tell you, as Euphemian would tell you, known for its wine. Wine itself predominantly a purview of Lutheria the Titan, who we all love here on this stream. People are going about their business. Very little happens outside of tending to the wine trade. But yes, what was it? I'm going to say a sort of, like we said in the last session, sort of snooty older gentleman, I'm going to say an elf, is looking at you, Euphemian, and is saying that, I love that, Jen, is saying that he has to speak to you about your father. That is where we would start this session. He looks and says, I trust you'll want to speak with him right away. What's it? He says, I trust you'll want to speak with him right away. Unless you're tired, unless you need to rest first. That would make sense. Or have you... And he looks at you. His eyes are darting around, sort of trying to ascertain something about you. Can you roll an insight check, Euphemian?
Yeah. That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah, he's looking at you. He's definitely not... You can tell that he's sort of watching his words carefully, but he's not... You can't quite tell what's going on in his mind. But he says, there might be some business that you need to attend to. I would want to discuss these things whenever you have had a chance to rest. So, first and foremost, how are you feeling, sir?
I suppose no complaints. We've been on the vessel for the past several days, and I suppose if it's urgent, we can go speak now.
Yes. It's a fine vessel too. You said it was the Dryad, correct?
That's right.
I hadn't heard of this kind of ship before. It is... You have done extremely well, sir.
Only the best.
And who would these fine people be? Your attendants, your
Friends.
partners? Friends?
Partners,
Oh.
friends. This is Callista, Kiana, and Creorin. I trust you'll treat them with all the honors due someone of my own stature.
Yes. Yes.
Can I do an insight check knowing that we know about about Euphemian? Is this guy buying it? Like, I want to know.
Roll an insight check.
Insight check on the dude that's bothering my friend. 24.
24. This guy is completely buying it, and he is really anxious. Like, he does not want to offend or upset Euphemian, and is trying to choose his words very, very carefully. Because he buys this so much, you can see, like, this is a man who's, like, very... This guy's the kind of guy who, like, a dropped spoon at a dinner party is a scandal that he's annoyed about 2 weeks later. And so you can sort of see him, like, fidgeting with his fingers and sort of, like, trying to keep his demeanor together right now. Something's very much bothering him, but he's someone that's, like, so put together that you would genuinely need this level of an insight check to pick up on those kinds of things.
Okay. Euphemian, are you feeling tired? Would you like to give it a few minutes for a rest before we go? Or...
By all means, I wouldn't begrudge you needing a chance to rest, stay here. There is a tavern, or if you wanted to stay, there are options available for you, sir.
At this point, I think perhaps we should just go straight to the villa. We can rest there.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And we will have your things taken immediately. And what was it? And he sort of waves to some people. A couple younger people come in, and is there anything that you like? Is there anything they need to carry for you? Like, they're coming in attendance, but is there anything they need to? Are you bringing anything with you, or is there anything you need to?
Nothing
just like what's
other
on your
than
person?
the usual traveling gear.
What happened to our horses?
I
They're
think we would have left
Are
them
they on the other?
Yeah.
Way back
shit.
over there.
you know where your horses are? Your horses are like where your horses are is when you guys got to the valley that closed in, all of us stopped talking about your horses, which means that they are either your options are paste, or that they are glue, or that you disembarked a little bit before that. I think those are really the best choices.
We left
So
them
they're
at the
probably
sour
wolf-
vintage.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Man,
That was my horse Cosmo. I don't want to be losing my horse.
you know, in retrospect, that whole situation would have been different if we remembered about the horses.
Oops.
So
Yeah, I don't think there's anything other than that, right? Really.
yeah.
While this is happening, I want to lean over to him and kind of give him my hand and just be like, I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name.
He goes, Damaso, and you are.
I'm Callista. Nice to meet you.
Roll an insight check.
Yes. I think that's an 18, but let me double check real quick. Insight. Yep, 18.
His eyes sort of light up when he hears your name and looks at you. He recognizes you. And he's just like, oh, pleasure to meet you. Which is kind of his level of awooga. So he just and he just goes, yes, right this way. And he leads well down. He goes, you don't have anybody else that you wanted to... I'm sorry, I thought I saw somebody on the ship. My apologies. And
I want to, before he leads us away, I just want to kind of approach him, with like the little arms out.
Yeah.
Like tough,
Bring out
tough
the
chick.
biceps.
And I'm just going to stand beside him, not looking at him, but I'll be kind of looking at Euphemian and the rest of the gang as they're walking away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Lady Kiana. And I don't know what you've heard about his reputation, but his temper has gotten way worse. You see that little one there? He's killed him 8 times already. Don't get on his bad side. And I'm gonna walk away.
Wait,
And
you're
my
talking about
deepest
who?
Louisa voice. Talking about you.
Oh. Could I have noticed what he was saying? He's like, "Oh, I noticed somebody on the ship." Was that Kyra?
Yeah, I was gonna ask who's on the ship.
If you look back, roll a perception check.
Do you want all of us to, or?
Anyone who's checking.
Ooh, 24.
18. Again.
Okay, 24, 18. You look over.
I have 21, but for some reason it didn't go through on mine. On my Beyond 20 thing. Oh, shit.
What was it? You look back. Kyra wouldn't be there because Kyra was, if we're going to be pedantic, was never there. She was in the
Right.
dreams that took place on the ship. Look back. You don't see anything. You do remember that Happy Richard said that his shift would be ending soon on the ship, and technically you still have those people working on the ship. So who's to say what he saw? But probably more along those lines.
Is there a chance at any point before we get to the villa that I could talk to Euphemian and tell him about what this guy, how anxious he is?
Yeah, you guys are. This is going to be a walk through the marketplace and then like up a hill, like a road. But it's going to be a little while, and you're going to see a little bit of the town along the way. So yeah, you would definitely have time. Do you want to do it here, or do you want to wait till you're like further in, or what's your?
Yeah, I kind of just don't want the other Damaso,
Damaso, yeah.
Damaso to really hear. I just kind of want to just be like, Euphemian, he's a little nervous. Something's bothering him, so just keep on your toes.
Something's always bothering someone around here.
I know, but I'm looking out.
I'm looking at your spells, guys. Make sure that everybody did a long rest and everything, because you guys got some stuff.
All right.
I'm not saying there's going to be a fight, because why would there be a fight in D&D?
Oh,
What was it? So what was I going to say? You guys are walking through. You're walking through the marketplace, and you see it's small. Like there's very little. You smell like different kinds of soups and stuff, and you smell wine. Of course, there's wine. You see you smell like these baked goods, and you see this sort of salty smell. And there's this woman. She's got like this cart up that seems rather old and like it's been repaired countless times. And it's like a whole presentation of a thing. It's not like a mobile cart. And she's selling fish, and she is just calling out and just to anyone that's hungry, to anyone who's tired, and she says, start your day, or if you have been working, end your day. And she looks over and says, "Oh, you're new to the to Miletus. You must be hungry. Now, was there anything that you would like to if you visitors get a discount, if that's all right?"
I give pleading eyes to all my friends. I'm so hungry.
Is there anything on the like cart that looks actively broken, or is it just kind of like hodgepodge?
It's been repaired over and over again.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing appears I would say like one of the wheels looks a little loose right now.
Okay.
Did you want to do something there?
Oh no, I was trying to see if I could endear myself to her with mending, but
yeah, no, there would be a chance to mend there if you wanted to like fix the wheel or like any of the like some of the side, like because there's like a whole like the top the I don't know how to call it, the lid, the top of the cart where she would be hanging the fish from and stuff looks like a little weak. You could definitely strengthen
I'll just
it.
reach up and cast mending a couple of times while we're talking to her.
She looks at you and she goes, "Oh, aren't you sweet? Aren't you sweet? Do I know you?"
I'll look over at Euphemian.
Do I know her?
Roll a history check.
Okay. She seems like she'd be old enough to be kicking around from my time before.
She probably thinks everybody's her grandson.
That's
That
17.
sounds 17. I would say that yeah, you would know this lady. I would say that there would be. We'll go into it more, but as you and I have discussed, and as you've shared, the rules of servitude are complicated on Miletus, or not complicated, more than different than people might expect. It is not unheard of for people that are held here to get to know or become friends with people that work on the island. You would know Eleni. Has been she has been selling fish and um, other seafood and meats and stuff for, well, since before you left. This has just been a thing she's been doing for a very long time. It's not particularly impressive because you're on an island. But she's very good at it. Is the saving grace.
Could I
And what
go
was
up
it?
to her and be like, "Do you have smoked fish?"
I'm going to sort of be a little standoffish and just sort of let my friends do what they want to do, but I'm not going to actively engage.
All right. There. Yeah. She goes. "Do you have smoked fish? I have smoked fish. I have every kind of fish that you could want. I. I mean, that's. I. If you are asking for it, I can make it. Or I have some prepared. Let me go see." And she go.
Your
Looks.
best kind.
Oh, my best fish. Yeah. Well, I try. Let me see what I have. And she gets up and she goes into the building next to her. The cart is like her main when she's out for the day, but she goes into the building behind her. And she leaves the cart completely unattended for a minute, leaving you guys to look around. Damaso looks at you and says, "Sir, there will be food at the villa. It is a bit of a walk, and I apologize, but there is food there. You can have whatever you want. Your staff would be glad to make you something."
I'm sure, but this is a novelty for my friends, and I'm sure they want to sample the local cuisine.
Fish.
It's nothing fancy, but you know how it is when you get hungry.
Get
Yes.
hangry.
Is that a word?
I think it is now.
Of course. So after a minute, she comes back. She says this, and she goes, "Now I don't." She goes, "I think that this is." She goes, "I think that this is something you'll enjoy." She brings up like this beautiful steamed fish, just rice, and just this wonderful meal that she has prepared. And she tells you, she looks and goes, "No, that'll be well, you seem nice. 3 silver, if I may."
May
And
I give you like a gold, and can you bring like some fish, smoked fish, up to the, and look at Euphemian villa?
I'm sure that's not necessary. We have plenty of food.
Okay.
oh, well, I'll be glad to do that, though. It's no problem at all. It's only a few hours walk. I can be glad to do that. Absolutely. Um,
Hours.
I'm not as fast as I used to be,
I'm
but
sorry, sweetheart.
no, 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 no. Um, and she
I
looks
feel
at
like I'm a
Euphemia.
piece of garbage for making an
She
old lady walk hours to give me fucking smoked fish.
she
You
looks
should.
she looks at Euphemia and she goes, "The villa? Did he say the villa?"
Yes.
I do know you. I do know you. Give me
Oh, well,
one
you know what?
second.
I'm really great. This is wonderful. Thanks. Just remember to give us the fish. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
we
No,
go?
it's okay. It's okay. I'm always glad to meet friends again. Where do I
boy.
know you from?
I'm sure it's not important.
Oh,
We do have
well,
to be on our way. Friends, come
Oh.
along.
Okay. Thank you.
I would like to hang back and give her just a gold and be like, I'll give you a gold to not come to the villa.
roll a persuasion check. What you're rolling for right now is obviously that's a great offer, but it's also very obvious that you're asking her to be in on some level of bullshit,
Oh.
and she's not.
Sorry,
What's
it's a
it?
22.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I'm saying it's like it's a great offer in itself, but it's also very clearly like something shady on some level. And so she looks at it, she goes, "Oh, this is the easiest gold that I've ever made. So who am I to deny that? But you tell your friend I want to speak to him. It's been a while. I love me talking to old friends. You know, they're all you have."
I mean, I'll pass it along, but I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, sure you do. You've got friends. You've got family. It's important to keep in touch with them.
Of course.
You're
Well,
sweet.
yeah. I will probably see you around later, I'm sure. I'll pass that along to my friend, and he's got one of those faces. I feel like people recognize him everywhere we go. I just don't be disappointed if he doesn't remember you, because he might just not be who you're thinking of.
Can I give you a little bit of advice?
I would love some advice.
Don't you're very sweet and I appreciate what you're doing. Don't assume that you can bamboozle somebody because of their age.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Oh, you would, and that's okay. You already paid me, and honestly, whatever is happening, if he wants his privacy, that's fine. And I I do like connecting with people, but if he wants to keep his privacy, I understand. I would like to meet with old friends later, though. That's okay too.
Okay. I'll pass it along.
Okay.
Could I say
Thank
I've
you.
like swept the food, or like at least taken the food?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you just took it like I almost think like in frame while they're talking, there's just this hand grabbing the plates and just moving away. And she just
Full
goes,
little red.
mm-hmm. And she goes, okay, well, thank you. Is there anything else you want to do here?
I just didn't want her to walk, but okay. Shit.
Around the time that you were like, he probably has one of those faces. She's like, okay, you're trying really hard to convince me I don't recognize him. That's the red flag. That was her mind. So what was I
It's
gonna
actually
say?
like an archfey or something. Just
Yeah.
fucked it up.
I honestly thought it might be Agni. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw in your face. I considered making it Agni. I really considered Agni just being inexplicably on different islands for the rest of the campaign.
Following us?
Yeah.
She's actually our hype woman.
He was just Mitros all along.
Either she's Mitros or she genuinely does not recognize you and is as confused as you are every time.
She's like Joy in Pokemon. There's just a bunch of her. All right, sorry.
God, no, that's good. You guys travel along the road. Let me see. You guys travel along the road. Along the path, you find the graveyard. A large graveyard for the people that lived here. There's distinctly sections for the houses of people that lived in the villa, and distinctly a section for people that shall we say worked here. I want each of you to roll a perception check.
Hey, nat 20.
Oh, come
Nat
on.
20.
Apparently, I'm
18.
trying to open Outlook. Give me a
Mhm.
sec. Perception.
Receive your email.
23.
Mm.
13.
Man,
So each of you,
I crit and Cray still beat me.
that's amazing. So you guys are walking along. Yeah, there's different sections there. You see that there's a small shrine for Lutheria. There's a shrine for there's always in these places there's always, some sort of offering for each person, but it's as long as you're acknowledging each of them, it's fine to have a preference. And there's like a set shrine to Lutheria there. Is there anything you guys want to do here or anything before you move on, since you see this graveyard?
um, I would like to just sort of take a moment, if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to go find a gravestone.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to find Chrysanthe's grave.
Okay. Okay. Um, Give me 1 second. Um, can you send? Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Um, you find that would be definitely towards the back, one of the more prominent sections of the more of the people that were in the villa. Um, and it just says Chrysanthe, beloved wife, mother, and may she always watch over this island.
I'm just gonna take a moment of silence over the grave
Mm-hmm.
and then return to the rest of them and continue on.
Yeah. Excellent. While you guys are there, Cray and Callista, I'm gonna give it to Callista just because it's the nat 20, but you both see it. Actually, I'd say you both see it. Um, you look around in the section for the servants on the island. You notice at the front of it, um, there is a tomb for Cleon, and it just seems new and sort of shuffled in with everything else. Um, Euphemian, you return, and Damaso goes, "All right. Well, shall we continue then?"
Onwards and upwards.
Um, what was it? What was it? You travel past the olive grove. Give me 1 second. You travel past the olive grove, a place that you knew and technically may have a connection to, but we'll wait for you if you want to say anything about that. Um, I want each of you to roll a religion check.
11.
Oof. 10.
4.
Go, Callista.
4.
Oh my.
Um, each of you looks over at the grove, types of, and you see along the sort of a stillness, a quiet around this area. Um, Damaso looks at this area, looks back at Euphemian, and says, "I expect you'll want to discuss your responsibilities with this area once we get back to the villa."
I suppose. I don't know that there's much to be done, quite honestly. The,
Sorry, go on.
The grove has been left untended for the last, 7 years now? The
There's some
people are,
upkeep to be done.
the people are free to take what they wish, and I don't see any reason to change that policy. We hardly have the equipment to do olive pressing here, have we?
Roll deception.
DVD. 13.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm making this up on the fly. Anytime you do anything that doesn't seem like what anybody on the island would remember of Euphemian, I'm going to make you roll a deception check. I will not tell you if you lost, and a loss does not immediately result in everybody drawing swords, but they are cumulative, and I will factor them in as time goes on, each loss.
Okay.
So you may have failed that one, you may not have.
You
But
know how it is. You go to university and come back a liberal.
Yeah. When you give everybody a chance to consider all of the different types of worldviews out there, that's what becomes a echo chamber. That's what that is.
Yeah.
You oddly political. Well, we're on an island with totally not slaves. It's probably inescapable this session.
Yeah.
This is how we unwind. That's where our world is.
See, the
he looks
benefit
even.
is that in this world we can punch the bad guys.
That's true. So Damaso looks at you and says, yes, they can do what they will, and I'm glad to see that you've matured. I've always respected your intelligence, sir. He leads you along the way, down the path, and you see these large, vast vineyards. Whoa, Tammy,
What was that?
your microphone's picking up a lot all of a sudden. I don't know what that is, but your microphone just picked up like everything.
Yeah.
Sounded like a car just drove through your head.
I lost Bluetooth connection to my headset. It went on the TV and then it came back.
Welcome back. Welcome
You have an
back.
echo chamber.
See, that's what it is. That's what the liberals do. You guys move along down the path to the old vines. New vines. I put the picture of Meletus in the Roll for Bowl Discord. If you want to join it, you can see. I think we might be able to get up on the stream a little bit. I'm not sure.
Do you want me to pop it up there? I should be able to do something like that.
Sure, you'll be able to pop it up for some people to see it.
Let me see if I can figure out how to do this.
Ooh. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we can continue along. I can just do this as I'm working on it.
See how long that road is, Cray, that you wanted that poor little old lady to come up?
Okay,
Uphill,
listen.
okay.
Cray
And
did
there's
not know.
Uphill.
And there's a whole section that's just broken glass and tiny crabs.
Listen, okay, these old folk, they go up like the snow hill 2 kilometers
You wanted
uphill
her to
both ways to go
When
to
they were
school.
kids, not at their old age.
You wanted her to go up Glass Crab Road just for your entertainment.
I was hungry, okay?
Fucking Christmas Island, and Jen's like, yeah, do it. So
Entitled millennial.
yeah.
You don't know me.
You guys walking along. You see the vineyards. When you look at the vineyards, you see a large number of what was it? You see a large number of people, elves, dwarves, humans, minotaurs, satyrs, gnomes, all working in the fields, all with all the vineyards, all with people overlooking, watching. You see a minotaur watching over a lot of them. All he holds in his hand is a scroll where he's making lots of notes, observing and monitoring each of them, and looks over at all of you. He's like 30 feet away, looks over at all of you and nods at Damaso, clearly not recognizing anybody else. As you look out and you see how the wine is made, as it were, Damaso looks out and says, as you can see, everything is progressing nicely. I mean, there's no end of workers here. I think that it's doing well. Of course, it could use your leadership, your guidance.
How is the harvest looking for this year?
Very good. Very good, and there's a lot of revelry back on the continent proper. Lots of reasons for people want to celebrate, and it's been a good time. It's been a good time for our work. Also, more opportunities to get better workers. He sort of reads the room as it were, and turns slightly to everybody but Euphemian, and says, "The term slave is a bit of a misconception. People here that had sentences or otherwise fit for punishment by their various cities and city-states, working here in exchange for a reduced sentence, or not working, or not going to the prisons and workhouses over there. There are rules. There's structure. We're not monsters. And you see in the distance, you see someone. You see this worker just like beginning to like just grab one of the elves there, and just grab him and just start shouting something in the distance that you can't even see before throwing him to the ground. And Damaso just goes, "We do our best to make sure that everybody does their best to justify their time here and to make sure that they are upholding their end of the bargain. It's not a monstrosity, it's a business. I'm sure you understand." It took a little while for Euphemian to understand this as well when he was younger, but now he sees the benefits. Isn't that right?
I suppose. I still believe that we should incorporate more professional laborers, but that would...
Professional what? I'm sorry?
Professional laborers. The quality of work. There's no sense in doing the same job 3 times if you're going to do it wrong.
Gray's back is up. The time he notices,
Yeah.
I almost want to, I start kind of like making my way there and then look at my group.
Your hackles are up, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
What did I say?
You're back.
Well, whatever.
You're like turning into a
Hackles
hunch.
back. I am. Get bad. Notre
I want to
Dame.
say that Callista is actively trying to get the Minotaur's attention with her scroll out and just like, I have one too! But like not saying it, but like that's the body language.
Are you trying to be discreet in front of Damaso, or are you just trying to... Okay. Yeah, okay, roll a performance, I suppose.
Just trying to get his attention.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just trying to lighten the mood a little. 15.
Yeah, he looks over at you, and he looks at his scroll, and he holds it up, and he sort of points at you like he's trying to, like, ask a question, and Damaso goes, "That's a list of names he thinks that you're here to relieve him for his shift."
Oh. I thought he was a writer. I'm a writer.
No, that's a list of people that are working, whether they're meeting expectations, or whether we're going to shift them back to the land, or whether we think that they can be... And he looks back, and you see him, and you see the Minotaur. He just reaches over, grabs this like picks up this gnome and carries him off. He goes, "Yes, we're going to sometimes people need to be reminded that they're not reaching their full potential. So it's just a good way to keep track of our resources. I would be careful not to mix up documentation. Although you're a writer, that's interesting.
Boring use for parchment.
I'm sorry?
It's just not. Nothing.
Otters do
understand
know
what-
how they are.
Oh. Yes.
Could I say at this point? Am I gonna
Yeah,
do
how
it?
far did Craig get while I was doing that?
Yeah, how far did I go? How far did
So
I
where
go?
where were you trying to go exactly? How far were you
I
trying
was
where were
gonna
you
go and help that elf that got pushed down to help him like to stand back up.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Oh boy.
With advantage, because I'm helping?
How are you helping?
Distracting our
Distracting
tour
the
guide.
guys.
Oh, okay. Then roll with advantage, yes.
Come on, Jen.
Here
Have
comes
it
death
work.
number 9.
Instant.
Oh,
Oh, thank you for the help, because that was a 10 stealth.
Did it go?
Oh yeah, it was a
Twice?
10.
Okay,
It was a
good.
10 and then a 17.
Okay, good.
Oh god, welcome to the island. We're gonna go disrupt your entire process. Trying to figure out how to do the storyline in a way that doesn't churn my stomach. So you
Good luck.
you make it through and you sneak through the vineyard pretty quickly. I mean, you're deft and swift. You're just on your in a moment you're over there and you see this this guard, I'm gonna say like this human woman who's just talking to this elf. I think the elf was a woman. If I didn't say that before, I'm saying that. But the guard is just like, oh, get up! You can't keep doing that every time. You lazy. Just get up, finish your shift. You've been here 2 months. You do not have this excuse to be tired.
I want to go grab the elf and like help her up.
Okay.
Just in the middle of this tirade.
Okay. You help her up. And the guard looks at you and goes, who the fuck are you?
None of your damn business. Are you okay?
This is my damn business. This is
I'm
my
ignoring her.
worker. And the elf just looks at you and she just like looks at she's like holding back tears. 1 second. She's just holding back tears as she looks at you and goes, I don't know. I've been here for a few months and it's just been really difficult. And every time I make any mistake, she just gets really, really mad at me. And the guard goes, that's not true at all. You've been standing there daydreaming. When I caught you on it, you called me something terrible. She goes, no, that I would never. And she looks at Craig and goes, I would never do that. Everything here is just scary and she's just brutal.
Insight check on that.
On who, the elf?
On the elf.
Okay.
I want to make sure that she's actually up and up. Because she could just be like, oh, it sucks. But, 20 insight check on that little elf.
Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say? You look at her up and down. I'm gonna say you're looking at her. The human woman just goes. Human woman goes, no, she's an asshole, is what she is. And you notice for this moment, the elf just sort of, her eyes for a moment flicker over to the human, like just this anger for a second before they flick back to Kraerin. And she looks at you, and you see, on some level, she just looked at the human woman like, do not fuck this up. And the elf just looks at you like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I said something. I don't know. I get lost. I get confused. It's very hot out here, and there's so much happening. And I just want to rest. Don't you want me to rest? I mean, look at me. Do I look like I belong out here? And she's just this absolutely stunningly beautiful elven lady. Just this raven black hair, and light blue eyes, and she just looks at you and just goes, "Do I really seem like I belong out here? What's your name?"
Well, first of all, I was like, "Are so when I insight checked the elf,
Mm-hmm.
she looked at the human guard and was like,
She shot the guard a dirty look when the guard accused her of actually doing something else.
"Okay." So is my insight like she actually is like kind
Your
of being
insight is
abused?
Your insight is
basically?
that the insight is that she is putting on a facade to some degree. That she was annoyed with the human when the human called her out.
Mm.
But
Okay.
she reaches out to you, and there's something not fully forthcoming about her. I will say that. And she
Okay.
holds out her hand, and she goes, "Clotho, what's your name?"
I was gonna say I'm Jennifer. I'm
Mm.
Crayon.
And she goes, "Nice to meet you, Craven." And she goes, "Shake your hand." And she just says, I don't know if I get some sort of respite or something here. I don't know. It's really brutal how they treat us out here.
Do you have food and water?
She goes, "I do have food. I get fed, we get fed 3 times a day on their schedule, not on ours."
I'm gonna give her the food that I had gotten from the lady, Eleni.
Okay. Which one is this?
That was like the
the
rice and the
the
fish.
fish. You give her that, and she looks at that, and she goes, "Sorry, Tammy, your microphone's doing it again." And she goes, "Oh, I haven't had something like this in a long time." You mean the guard goes, "No, you don't get to decide when who are you? You just came into this field." And over in the distance, this is going on for a little bit. So Damaso, your conversation is ending. Damaso's. Why I'm talking to him like he's his own character. Damaso's conversation is ending with Callista, and so he backed around unless you want to try and distract him longer, or otherwise he's probably gonna turn around and notice Cray.
That's fine.
I think we'll just
Okay.
sort of suggest we move along and Cray can catch up.
Oh yeah, I'm fast.
Okay. So yeah, you just suggest you move along, and he joins you on this. That is a fantastic way to approach this. As you guys head off, we'll wrap up this Cray thing for a moment. But she, what was it? She looks and just goes, "Thank you." They allow us to eat sometimes on breaks, and there's situations where sometimes we can meet with visitors if you want to meet. Sometimes
I just don't like it when people are bullied. So
it's
I just wanted
terrible.
to give you a hand up. There's some food. And then I turned to the guard. I'm like, listen, when you get hangry, I understand, but pushing people is not a good way to do it. Well, I have to go, so bye. And I leave.
And she goes, "Yeah, I appreciate that. Listen, I'm not going to, she goes, "I know that you are a guest here, and you're with that asshole up there." She points off to Damaso, who's walking away. She goes, "So I'm not going to try and start any shit, but I'm sure as fuck I'm going to finish it." And she walks over to Clotho, and she grabs Clotho's wrist tight, like Clotho just lets out like a yelp of pain, and the human pulls her over, looks at Clotho, and goes, "Don't make me say it." And Clotho just looks at her, and her eyes well up, and goes, "I don't know what you mean." And the guard just goes, "Last warning. Do I ever fuck around?" And Clotho goes, "Fine." And opens her hand, and you see this ring fall on the floor.
Oh my goodness. She took my ring? Fucking bitch.
Jin, you still are allowed to have your ring of protection.
Holy shit.
Clotho rolled a 19 for sleight of hand, and then the guard rolled a 22 on her perception check.
Oh, holy
Oh
shit!
my god, I love her.
Yeah. And I'll just be like, just try to be kind. That's all I'm asking. And I pick up the ring. Thank you.
Clotho goes, I am kind. I'm kind to everybody. I only got in here because I trusted a nobleman, and he betrayed me. The human guard goes, you tried to sell his cat. And she goes, it was a mean cat. I was helping everybody. And she goes, get back to work. Clotho's just like, if you want to rejoin the group, if that's up to you. If the guard did not roll 22 on that perception check, you would have lost your ring of protection this scene.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well,
thank goodness.
Reed, I took your character in a slightly different direction. I hope you don't mind.
I love it. I love it so much. It's brilliant. But thank you for letting me have my ring still.
So, I changed 2 things. You'll see. We'll discuss it later. I'll explain why. But you make your way. You make your way up the road, past Glass Crab Road, to the old vineyard. What was I gonna say? Let me double check.
I tell you this much. As soon as I'm in charge, we're getting rid of that damn Glass Crab Road. That has never made any sense to me.
The crabs are native to the island, sir. I keep trying to get the funding to clean that, and it's very difficult. If that's what you want to do, I would respect that and appreciate it. Don't know why it's canon now, but we're there. You guys pass your way up to the past the old vines, up to the winery. This is the large winery here, where everything is processed. This is where the slaves and the seasonal laborers live. This is where what we could loosely call the magic happens. But up on the hill is the villa, as described in the distance before. And what was I going to say? Up there you see the different buildings. It's walled off from the rest of the area. It seems benign. Also a little ill-maintained. The plants are a bit overgrown. Everything is just a little bit, I don't want to say disrepair. I want to say almost a state of apathy on the horizon. Damaso, now looking visibly anxious to each of you. Is there anything you guys want to do before you head up there?
Do you think we could get a drink while we're here?
Okay, 1 second.
I want to take like a bottle and like compare it with Lutheria's wine one day, and just be like, guys, let's get drunk and do like a wine tasting.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so
I
you
have 5 bottles of that, so.
I don't know how many I have, but I bought a few.
You can go into the winery. Yeah, if you want to go there and pick something out, Damaso would be like, well, I suppose I would be glad to help you to get something for you. We can get you a few fine bottles of wine. And he says, we have some at the villa, but if you'd like some here as well, we can do that. Would you not prefer what they have would you not prefer what they have at the villa?
You know what he's like. Last glass to steady your nerves.
Sure. Now just very visibly just uncomfortable as he goes into the as he leads you to the winery. He says, while I'm doing this, would you like to explain a little bit of this to your guests?
I suppose. This is where everything happens. Grapes are brought in, smashed down into juice, fermented in eventually after several months becomes wine. It's a simple enough process, and I like to think that we've done a good job.
You have, and it seems to cover the bases. You start to hear a bunch of dogs barking whenever he opens the door. Leads you in. Shows you. It sort of shows you in the beginning, at the front of it. It shows you all of the. I would say, I don't know much about how to describe a winery. Reed, this is your winery. Would you feel comfortable describing this part of it, like what they would see inside?
Sure. So, essentially the main part of the winery is like a barn. So it's a large open area. There are large tuns in the middle where active brewing is taking place. Smaller casks for aging along the sides. In the back, there's a small bottling area where they keep the amphora ready for shipping and storage. And then off to the side, there would be like a wagon cart for transporting everything down where they need to be.
Excellent. And yeah, so he shows you in. He's going to go pick out a few. He's going to pick a bottle for you, and he pours you a glass, looks at you, and then pours a little bit more, and then pours some for each of your, and then looks at you for a second and sort of tilts the bottle towards each of your friends, like, do they get some?
I'll nod and signal for yes.
He pours for each of them, and then sets the bottle down in front of you, which is very subtly saying, this whole bottle is yours. You'll probably want it. What was it? You get there. You still hear the dogs bark in the distance, and he says, I apologize. Andrea's working with them to make them. They are because they are exuberant, but I understand that it could be something of a distraction. You might remember, you wouldn't know the name Andrea, but you would know that dogs have a very important specific purpose on this island, which is to make sure that people who try and, how do I put this in the most delicate business way possible? Those who violate their contract have that reconciled with haste.
Yeah, and Euphemian it's, every time the dogs bark, Euphemian is visibly uncomfortable.
This is happy session. Thanks to everybody that joined during the Olympic Games.
Oh my god, Cray is like going, oh my god, doggy's just like my other doggy, my deaf dog.
What was it? And what was it? And you see this young person sitting in the corner, just reading this book, and they look up at each of you and they sort of roll their eyes and look back at the book, and Damaso says, "Carpos, shouldn't you be working right now?" He goes, and Carpos goes, "It's my day off." And Damaso goes, "Is that true?" Carpos goes, "No one's come looking for me." Damaso says, would you do me a favor, and would you go ahead and inform the head of the household that Euphemian is here?" And Carpos goes, "I said it's my day," and looks up at Damaso and goes, Euphemian. Damaso goes, yes. Yes, my child. And Karpos goes, takes the book, puts it down, gets up and goes, fine, and stretches. Goes up to the door and goes, but I'm taking a half day next day. And Damaso goes, that's even if this is your day off. Karpos goes, probably is. I need each of you to roll a perception check.
Oof, 23.
11.
Neat.
Dirty 20 for Kiki.
So as Karpos runs off, this kid just like opens the door, runs off. When I say runs off, I mean Pray, this is impressive to you. When this kid just fucking bolts.
Oh shit.
Sorry, that cut out for me, Ben. I'm sorry.
As I said, this kid ran at such a speed that it's like impressive to you.
Oh, so in my head, I'll probably be like, I want to race that.
It's like this virus that Kyra's spreading. It's great. We're gonna find out who the fastest person on Thylia is. It's like you know, like if you're playing Zelda and there's like that side quest, like if you trade everything, you get the ultimate sword. If we find out who the fastest person on Thylia is, we unlock the secret ending of this campaign. Damaso looks at and says, Damaso goes, I'm sorry about Karpos. They are very lazy, but they do their job here, I think. I'll have to look into that. Did you have enough to drink?
Enough delaying, I suppose.
Good point. He leads you up the hill, past the Eld Vineyards. Do any of you want to do anything before you get to the villa? Leads you up the hill to the villa. Everything is overgrown. Things seem a little worn out, not really touched up, replaced. Things are just frayed a little around the edges. Carpets are a little older. The bushes are overgrown. Things have sort of been let to pass. Strangest thing you see, and I don't need you to make a perception check for it, is most of the candles are burnt down to the bottom without being replaced. Candle wax hanging, and most of it poorly tinted. You get up here, and you get to the front door of this villa, and Damaso says, one moment. He opens the door, and he opens the door. Karpos opens, or he knocks on the door. Karpos opens the door and says, he said that I should let you in into the main area. And Karpos just sort of opens the door and just stands there in this very teenage, like, yeah, what do you want kind of position. And Damaso goes, don't worry, I'll lead them there. And Karpos goes,
As I pass
okay.
by him, could I be like, you're fast, dude. I want to race you.
That's a creepy come on.
And Karpos
It's not
goes,
even come on.
Karpos goes, you want to race me? And like looks you up and down, basically rolling their own perception check, and they go, okay.
We'll do it. We'll figure out a time.
All right, whatever.
So creepy.
It's not creepy. I just want to race.
Stop being racist, Tammy.
I can't improve on that.
Damn it! Fabian, how dare you be so quick on your feet?
Nicely done.
Can he get inspiration for that? Jesus.
Yeah, that's good. Damaso leads you into this area, and you hear this clicking, this ticking of this clock. And Damaso says, he looks around, looks a little bit nervous, and says, "Carpos, you can go home." And you just hear this sigh and this door close. And Damaza says, "Master Euphemian, I apologize. I said there was some business to attend to speaking with your father earlier, and I didn't want to discuss everything in public or right when you got here. Wanted you to have a chance to rest. But as this is how things have fallen out, I suppose it falls on me to tell you this. Your father was sending for you over the past few months, and then we were sending for you. He wasn't feeling well. He hasn't been feeling well for some time. And some time ago, he did pass on, I'm afraid. He's been welcomed into Letheria's sleep. And I'm very sorry. That is why we've been sending to you, both so that you would have a chance to say goodbye to him, and because there are some matters to discuss. I didn't want to cause discomfort in front of other people.
No, I understand. There's a lot to take in. What happened? Illness?
Yes, he's been unwell for some time. He felt ill. His vision began to fade. He isolated himself more and more, mostly just cared for by his head servant, and eventually he did just succumb to that. We were notified, and that was that. It must be difficult to take in. I know that you loved him dearly.
Who was the servant that saw him?
Well, I suppose that I will need to discuss those matters as well. I imagine you'd have some questions for him since he got to know your father the best in those last few years. And he says, I'll go get him. And he stands up and steps out of the room for a minute, leaving you all alone if there's anything you want to say for a second.
How are you holding up, Euphemian?
This is not at all what I had expected when I got here. I thought, nice place to resupply, close to Mitros if we needed to. Euphemian's father is dead.
And you hear this voice from the hall that says, yes, that's correct. And this, your footsteps step out, and you see this older man, this sort of distinguished man in this, like, butlery, I want to say like a tailored suit. Oh, not like a tailored suit, but just like a tailored, like a quality robe, is what I would say. It's clearly serving staff, clearly high level. His hair, like, slicked back, a little bit of stubble. He looks at you and goes, yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say that your father's passed away. I understand you have some questions for me. Euphemian? And you look at him, and children change a lot over the years, and a few years' time can make a big difference in your youth. But once you become a certain age, it doesn't, you sort of tend to keep the same look for a long time. Which is why even though some people on this island may have trouble recognizing you, Cleon, you have no difficulty recognizing your father. He looks at you expectantly, waiting for you to speak.
So, what happened?
I'm gonna roll a perception and insight check for him.
Sorry, you want me to roll insight?
I'm gonna roll an insight check for
Okay.
him.
Oh boy.
He looks at you and goes, "A lot, I'm afraid, but since you're head of the villa now, there's a lot that we need to discuss. Come along, Euphemian. We'll discuss your father." He gestures somewhere else in the house to lead you down. This place darkened by the dust or the lack of candles and just the air of abandonment. There must be very few people in this villa now, but he will take you down to see the truth of what happened here. For us, we're going to take a quick break and I'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
Hooray!
Oh my god. I wonder if he found out it too.
Thank you guys for this. Oh, wait, before we go break. Okay. Listen. If you're here, first of all, you're beautiful and we love you. Second of all, I said to Tarvin, you might notice that we all have like these little fashions, these little buttons. I'm lifting it up. I got bacon here. I got Strahd here. All of us have this little tags. They have Kiana, Euphemian, Krayarin. We have all these little buttons. Callista in the background. These were all brought to us by Fatima, who I believe is in the chat. And if she isn't, we will give her a shout out in a second. But Fatima, you are amazing. And she has her own Etsy store. Again, I said this at the start of the episode, but once if you go to her store, which is in the chat right now, and you use the Roll for Bowl code, all one word, Roll for Bowl, you will get a 15% discount on her stuff. And yeah, she is fantastic. This is fantastic. We love wearing these. And we will see you guys in 15 minutes because we got some shit to sort out here. I will talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
And the chicken found me, which created its own problems. But we'll get back to that next time.
Well, cluck
Um,
cluck.
yeah, that's life is clucked up. Anyway, good evening, everybody.
Vega.
We are back.
Gonna fight
We
you.
have Euphemian has met Cleon's dad and also Euphemian's dad, and it's my two dads, but in a less cute, fun way. So, um, I don't know. There's much to get caught up with here. We just have, you guys are at the villa, and you have found the head servant of the of Euphemian's household, who is Euphemian's actual real identity, his father. Um, he has ushered you into the master's study. Um, and there would be walls and walls of books, tended to, but nothing left out, nothing used. Mostly can seem that this room is almost decorative at a point. Um, and this man gestures and says, we do have some business to discuss, but do you want your it's private, I imagine it's personal business.
Anything that you can say to me can be said around them. I trust them implicitly.
Is that other guy there,
Uh,
Damaso?
Damaso, he excused himself.
Oh, he left. Okay.
Yes. He didn't want to be part of this awkward conversation. And this man says, okay. He says, well, I can discuss it. He said, good to meet each of you. My name is Petraeus. Petraeus. Petraios. I'm going to put it in the chat since I imagine people want to write it down. He says, my name is Petraeus. Patrios. Patrios, there we go. This is Ben struggling. This is Patrios. I didn't quite catch each of your names.
I'll introduce them in turn. Crayrin, Kiana, Callista.
Oh, okay. Yes. Then that's true. Then they traveled with you. Good. I've been hearing some stories. I imagine that some of them would be, uh, well, what have you been up to?
I'm sure that's none of your concern. What have
Yes,
you
I
been up to?
apologize. I've been tending to, uh, my master's household, for these past few years, and, in his unfortunate grief as passing, I have been maintaining the affairs of the family while we attempted to track you down and attempt to bring you back so that we can have you, young Master Euphemian, uh, take over and presume his place. It's been difficult, but it's been an honor. Are you well?
As well as one can be expected, having such news foisted upon oneself out of
I
nowhere.
am I am sorry about that. Um, you were going to ask how it happened. Nothing so bold or strange. Your father, um, took ill. I believe his temper got the better of him, and his habits, and he just didn't care for himself as much. I don't mean to sound judgmental of your father. Um, he he isolated himself, and he it was difficult for him to recover. Too difficult after a time. Um, his it was happening for a while. He wanted to reach out to you we didn't know how to. It seems that we had trouble finding your address, and also after he passed, we continued to try to find you, but to no avail. I apologize for that. We must have missed something, some sort of update and oversight on our part.
Indeed. So, what happens now, then? Surely you must understand it's quite impossible for me to return here, to stay here.
Oh, well, I understand that the transition would be difficult. I understand there's some feelings you have to process, but we would need to, at the very least, we would need to handle some uh, legal matters, closure, as that were, regarding ownership of this estate and what steps you'd want to take with it. And, of course, you would need to speak at the funeral.
You can just leave it open. Just leave it open.
And when is that?
Well, you just got here, so we could have it in 2 days. We could have it tomorrow if you'd like. It would be a little difficult, but we could do it as quickly as you'd like, or you could take your time if you need to process.
Sooner would be better.
I understand.
I assume he's being held in state somewhere?
Yes, would you like to see him?
Yes.
I can make that happen, of course. And he says, would your allies come with you?
That's up to them. Feel free to enjoy the estate. There's plenty to see.
Well, I suppose the transition should happen. And he turns and looks at each of you and says, Master Euphemian bids you to enjoy his estate at your leisure. He has some private matters to take care of.
Did you want us with you, Euphemian? We can be there if you need us.
Might as well make the most of this stop as much as you can. I don't think there's much that you can do to help.
Okay.
But may we accompany you?
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like.
Yeah.
And how do you say it? Euphemian,
Betray us.
Petraeus. Petraeus turns to you and says helpfully, like trying to be helpful. He goes, Cadmus, the chef, could make them a meal while they waited. Maybe show them around, or maybe I can find some other one of the few other members of the staff that's here. And to be clear, he is not recommending this. He's like trying to be helpful of like, if you need me to get rid of the riffraff, sir, I can distract them. It's kind of like his mindset right now.
Does he still make that baklava?
Yes. Yes, he does. And it's quite good.
Might as well make a plate of it.
Master Euphemian invites you all to enjoy one of the finer dishes on the island.
Before they walk away, I will summon my quill and kind of wave it at Euphemian and just be like, don't forget, we need to catch up afterward.
Always stories to write, right?
Always.
1 second.
I'll just kind of.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, as maybe you make your way to like step out, I'll just kind of with my back to Petraeus, just look at you and just say, "You sure you don't need someone with you?" To Euphemian.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just reach out a hand. squeeze hers.
Squeeze back.
And just sort of,
How
it's
is it?
okay.
Um,
Little mouse
He-
flying and taking notes.
he, Petraeus, leads you and says, Master Euphemian, this way, and guides you down the hall. Assuming you come with him, to the master bedroom. This large bedroom, a painting on it, of, what was it? Painting, of him and his wife and his son Euphemian on there, as a child, very young, and all of this lavish decor in this large, empty room where footsteps just echo through, and you see in the middle of the room this body resting in the middle of the bed, and these candles that are lit nearby. And Petraeus stops at the door and steps to the side, so he's right next to the door and says, as would be his request, as would be the tradition, we've been preserving the body. We've been having clerics come in and preserve the body every few days. We can't have the funeral until there's somebody who is able to send him off and conclude that. So we just need you to. We'll need you to deliver that eulogy soon, and then we'll be able to discuss the matters thereafter. Would you like some privacy?
No.
I'll be right here, sir.
Come in.
I'll be right here, sir.
You lost your son, didn't you?
Sir?
Some time ago.
That's right. It was difficult. I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with my own business, sir.
No, I'd like to hear it. What was that for you? Beyond Chrysanthi, of course.
You're cutting out a little bit, Regis. And he says, roll an insight check.
Okay. 13.
He looks at you, and you can see this little flicker of annoyance in his face. And he's like holding his composure, and he goes, he was killed, sir. He was killed a few years ago on it was foul play, and they never figured out who did it. It took them a while to identify the body. It was hard to process that. And it was harder to not know exactly what happened, even if we had our theories. And it took me some time to say goodbye. If that's what you're trying to say. If you're trying to ask about that.
I don't know what I'm trying to ask. It's difficult. I lost my mother when I was very young. You know that, right?
That's correct, sir. I'm still sorry about that, sir.
And my friend as well, Cleon.
Yes. Roll insight check again.
12. I am
Well,
average.
Tammy's mom says your sound very faint. Can you increase your volume?
I
Reed?
really don't have too much more that I can do.
Okay. Maybe shout. I don't know. Because you were cutting out. The microphone wasn't picking up some of your words. Like it was cutting out. Like it was like the sensitivity was lower or something. Like it wasn't picking up all your words before. But he goes, yes, Cleon, sir, your friend.
I don't think I can do this.
It can be very difficult to process something like this, sir. I understand.
I want you to look at me in the eye very carefully. I want you to tell me who you see.
Oh. And he raises his hand up and he puts it on your cheek. He just looks more mystified and confused than anything. He just says, is this a trick? They teach disguising magics at those schools, those strange, weird schools. Is this a trick?
You can feel my face for yourself.
I don't know, maybe they have shift face. I don't know. I was never good at magic.
I can assure you I am who you think I am.
Oh. And you just sort of see, like, this tear forming. He just goes, how? How? Why? What? Cleo?
I'm Euphemian now. There's no doubt about that. But once, you'd put me on your knee, and I'd call you Da.
That's about right. And he just stands there and he just puts his hand down and just doesn't know what to do with his hands for a second and then just, can I? And he holds out his arm for a second. He goes, can I just? And just reaches and pulls and grabs you for this hug. Just holds you and just,
I'm not going to reciprocate.
yeah. And he just holds you and just says, you gave me a scare. For a very long time. They couldn't recognize, they couldn't identify the, and he pulls back and he goes, so you are Cleo. So that body was that little shit.
It was.
This is very confusing, but of relief.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're okay, and I'm not gonna have to deal with him, and it's just... It's good, it's... Make things a lot easier. You're here now, you're okay, everything's okay.
I'm not staying. Everything's not okay. Everything stopped being okay 12 years ago.
What happened? What happened out there?
Suffice it to say that I couldn't take it anymore. I cracked Euphemian's head open with the stone.
It was you. That was one of the most mortifying things I've ever seen, but if that was... That's very different. And he grabs your arm and, like, squeezes it. And he just goes, but I've heard the stories about the island and what happened on the island, and it's just... Or what's happening over in Thylia, and that's you. They said that you killed a Cerberus. They said that well, the pig story's a little weird when I hear about it, but that you've done a lot.
We
That
have.
was you? That was my son?
It was me and my friends.
Well, that's incredible. That's incredible. I'm so proud of you. That's fantastic. And he goes and he hugs you again. And Scone goes, oh, okay, so what is this? Is this a some sort of con? Are you here to take the island? What's happening?
I don't give a damn about the island. I stopped here for safe harbor for the night. I had no idea any of this was happening.
Well, you picked a damn good time to show up.
I can shut this whole place down.
I thought you didn't care about it. Why would you do that? I mean, it's your right. Is it your right? You're not. Are you going to tell people who you are? Should I tell people who you are? What do you...
I am who I am. I don't know who I am. And that's thanks to you, by the way.
What are you talking about? You're my son. You're my boy. You're Cleon.
I was a puppet. I was tortured for years because of you.
It was difficult for all of us for a very long time.
And here you are, you're living the lap of luxury. I had to claw out of it. I had to crack another boy's skull open for the privilege.
We have to work up the ways that we can, but it took me a while, it took you a while. I got up here, I had to kiss enough asses, and I had to learn how to play the game, but I got up here and you found your way, and good for you. Must have been difficult, but you did it. It's damned impressive. If you're mad about how I was before,
I'm not
I've
mad
made a
about
lot of
how you
mistakes.
were before. I'm mad about how you are now.
And he looks at his outfit and he looks around at the villa and goes, what have I done wrong? How did I didn't even know you were okay. How have I offended you? This is success. Why are you upset?
And where's Mother in your success? Where's Alexandria?
Oh, they left. You know they left. They had their own problems. They had their own concerns.
And so long as everything worked out for you, that's it.
I'm sure they're fine. They're probably fine. And like down the hall, you guys would be having like gnome serving you this baklava, which is fucking delicious, but you'd be hearing voices raised through the door without any real context. And he said your mom she chose to leave. That was her choice. I was having trouble with this place. It was cruel, and I hadn't yet learned to adapt to this place, and I had a lot of misplaced anger, and I had a lot of... It was very difficult to deal with this. I asked her to help me navigate this, but that was too much for her, apparently. So she cut a deal and she left. That's not my fault.
Isn't it?
Look.
What if, for just a moment, you imagined that you prioritized anything in this world, anything at all other than yourself? Perhaps, we could have kept a family together. I could have been raised by parents rather than whatever.
I was doing the best I could, and you have this anger for me because I was in this difficult situation because I made a few bad choices and I'm being punished for the rest of my life for them. What about your mom? She's the one who chose not to take you with her when she left. I mean, I don't see why you're putting all of this on me.
Because you're here. But you know what? You know what? If this is too much difficulty for you, I'm going to cast Burning Hands, and I'm going to set the bedroom on fire.
Quick question. What about him, and what about the Euphemian's dad? Are you trying to catch either of them in the flames, or are they just
trying to catch either of them on flames? I'm just trying to set.
Do we hear?
The house
Do we
on
hear?
fire.
Do we hear? Like, they must be shouting now.
Euphemian, would you be shouting loud enough that they would hear this? Because otherwise, I mean, they will become aware in a moment. But have you raised your voice enough that you would think that someone down the hall would hear?
Definitely, they would hear. I don't know if they would necessarily be able to comprehend what's being said.
Yeah, you're hearing a very loud argument down there. Let me see.
So I'm like having this
Gray.
baklava, and I'm like licking my lips and my fingers, and I'm like, wait, do you guys hear that?
Callista at a 17 passive insight. Callista has heard a lot of arguments down the hall behind closed doors, and I want to be specifically clear. Callista has been the topic of several arguments behind closed doors down the hall. So she may not know exactly what's being said, but I mean, because I don't think you guys told her who this guy was, so she would know. It wouldn't be hard for her to figure out that something about Euphemian's identity is playing key into what's happening back there, but it's anybody's guess. Like, maybe he figured him out, like maybe something went wrong. It's any idea, but like Callista can put together pretty quickly. Euphemian's identity is the core of a very loud argument right now. You're muted.
I think I would say something to that effect of like, I think he's been found out, but I don't know. I think he can handle himself, don't you?
Well, I vote he's my bro, okay? I put myself in the way for him getting... We need to go.
I just, you go ahead. I'll just need one moment. And I'm going to try to find the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go get another baklava before I start heading over there.
The gnome just serves you another baklava without even realizing, without even thinking about what's going on. Callista, what are you trying to do right now?
I want to just change out of my armor.
Okay.
And cast mage armor.
Ooh, okay. I'll let you flavor this. What does mage armor look like? It's a manifestation of your bond with Kyra, so...
Yeah, so I would assume that it kind of looks like I'm like very neatly folding the armor and like tucking it in my bag because it's just leather. And then I kind of like look down and I take the quill that Euphemian made for me and I kind of like sketch out like a quick doodle of the dress that she had made for me at the Great Games. And then I just kind of like fairy godmother it at myself and it just kind of turns into glitter. And it just kind of reinforces what I'm wearing.
This is amazing. Okay, so you're starting to make this. I'll take it for a little while, so we'll come back to that in a minute.
I'm not in a rush. Euphemian's got this.
What was it? So whenever you let me see, are making burning hands, Reed, are you trying to? Because it goes in an arc. It could go too big for this guy to manage unless he has magic. So yeah, you throw this out, and he turns and goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes and he like grabs like this one pitcher of water and throws it, and it's not enough to put out the fire. As he throws it, he goes, "What are you doing? What?" And he goes, put it out right now." And he just looks at you like,
It's too much of a responsibility for you. I'm making your life easier.
"I have worked very hard for this moment and to be," and he goes, "I do not have time for this," and he runs down the hall to go get help. And you guys see Petreus running down the hall past you guys, and I'm just shouting for help. And he's just like, and he just calls out, just, "Help, we need assistance in here, there's a fire." And you guys hear the fire because there's a fire.
I hear that. I come running into the room.
And
to
the
get
gnome
Euphemian.
just sighs and starts to package up the baklava to go. So you you go and Euphemian, you just wanted to let this motherfucker burn then?
Yeah, Euphemian's gonna walk out of the room. You know, cool guys don't look at explosions.
Well, Craven, by the time you get there, you see Euphemian just standing in the door frame, because it's like this large master bedroom with these two doors open, and just this fire's like creeping up the sides of the curtain, going over this master bed with a canopy, and
Holy
this
shit!
resting in the bed, and Euphemian just standing there calmly.
Are we
as
doing
the
like a
room begins.
cremation?
In a sense.
Okay, well, I mean, can I put it out?
If you want to. I'm gonna walk past Cray.
Oh,
Good lord.
can I try patting stuff out? Stop, drop, and roll something? I don't know.
Yeah, you can try. You can certainly try. It will be very, very difficult. So yeah. Actually, yeah, it would be. It's climbing up to the ceiling, so I would say you have to like roll like an athletics check, because you're gonna like be trying to like pull stuff down and stuff like that. Yeah.
If I fail this, I'm getting out.
Don't fucking die. Don't fucking
Well,
die.
you know what? Honestly, we needed for Euphemian to kill Cray. This is a good way to do it.
No. This is great. Killing
Athletics
himself
check.
in the fire.
Oh boy, athletic. Not acrobatics?
It can be acrobatics.
Oh, thank God. 20, not dirty.
Okay. What was it? 20. Okay, so you're pulling stuff up. You're starting to put these things down. Start to put the fire out as quickly as you can. So you're trying to fully extinguish it. Euphemian, are you doing anything to counter this at all, or are you just going to let them do that?
Nah.
I mean, it's a fire at this point. It's nothing magic. I'm leaving the villa.
Damn. Okay. What's up?
What's Kiki doing before I jump in with what I'm doing?
That's a
Kiki
fair question.
was just kind of standing at the doorway watching Cray run that way. Let's go to the bathroom. I see Euphemian coming and walking. I'm like, come on, Cray, we're leaving.
Okay.
I follow Euphemian.
I would like to shoot
Alyssa,
message.
I hope
I would
you're
like to
done
shoot
peeing.
message at Euphemian and just be like, everything's okay in there, right?
It will be, eventually.
Are we in danger? I'll just cast it as many times as I need to because it's a cantrip.
We should leave the house.
Okay. In the chaos, as I kind of meander my way out, can I try to take advantage of the hullabaloo to grab anything that looks valuable that might fit in my pockets?
Roll an investigation check. Fatima, he needs to kill Cray because he's the only one that hasn't yet.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm. Or
I rolled a nat
perception.
1.
Oh no.
Okay. Then hit me up. There's something I've been hearing from people. Try to explain to me why you failed. Like, you just add some flavor onto why this didn't work out.
I would say that I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Reed, but perhaps there's just too many things that I kind of get distracted as I go. With like, oh, is that no? Is that no? Maybe that one. And then at some point, I'm just like, the the hallway's on fire. I should probably go.
That's fair. Um,
I'd say I'd start leaving the moment they're like, "We're leaving." I'm like, "Okay." And I just leave.
Oh, Meatball1153, thank you so much for those kind words. I really appreciate it. You're super sweet and you're welcome here, and thank you. Let me see. Okay. You guys are running and I need to change the music for this. We're no longer in calm music times. Read.
I don't think we're running. We're doing the cool dude walk out of this.
That's fair. It's still not the right music for it.
The chill music will no longer be chill because there's a fire.
Let me see.
Y'all
one
are a cool guy
second.
walking out. I'm, golden retrievering.
See, I feel that you guys are like cool guy walking out. Callista is like, retriever, and I don't know. I'm like the chihuahua in the back, just going like.
That's a wonderful description. That's a wonderful description.
Torn between the exit door and the box of baklava. Exit baklava.
This is amazing.
It's just type of
box on the way
Life, food, life, food.
I just grabbed the gnome that made the baklava.
You grab the gnome? That's wonderful. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta set up
Can
something
you
here.
even lift a gnome?
Probably not. I have like strength of disgusting, not good.
Trying to pull him, he's like, stop, he's just staying there.
I like try to call you back. Kiki, help me!
Can't hear you over the roar of the flames.
This is amazing. I'm almost.
Oh, you Vivian, that's hot.
Wonderful. So what was he say? So you guys, are you just leaving the whole manor then? Like all the way down the villa, all the way off the property?
I'm going to go to sort of, because the villa is in the middle of the caldera, in the center of the volcanic island there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll go to the opening, and I just want to watch as things catch.
Oh boy. Okay.
After watching it for 5 minutes, Euphemia starts to cry.
You don't see your father anywhere. You don't see your father anywhere. You're just out here by yourself, or with your group. Is there anything that anybody wants to say at that moment?
I'm gonna put an arm around his shoulders. I don't give a shit about the baklava.
Well, we'll save that for later. I'm sorry, Euphemian.
This is
Pretty nice fire.
not how I imagined anything going, quite honestly. I don't know if I ever imagined coming back here. I've hated this place my entire life. This has been the sum total of everything that was wrong about how I grew up.
But you could make it right.
I don't...
We could make it right.
Can we?
We have to try. It all starts with one action, Euphemian.
Where's my father?
I took baklava. I have no idea what happened to your dad. Sorry.
He wasn't in there? I thought that guy was supposed to take you to him. Oh
He
wait. Your father, who did
Wait, was that your father?
Petraeus is my father. Is he out? Has anybody gotten out of the house at this point?
Yeah, you would have seen him. He ran past them. Kiki would have seen him run out the front door calling for help.
I saw him calling for help to try to get anybody to help try to put out the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to put out what I could, but I heard Kiki call, so I'm not gonna leave you for that.
Well, I appreciate that I merit higher than a corpse and some old papers.
Sure you do.
It seems to me there's a fair amount of labor here available. And we need people to move our ship.
Are they trustworthy though? Some lady tried to, took my ring.
I mean,
well, that's what you get for not giving it to Seema.
God damn it! Now you make me think, Callista.
Terrible.
The thieves.
I'm sure.
Criminals and.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind getting away from this place.
Nothing else we can offer to give them passage to Mitros. Let this place rot.
Besides Craren, it's not like you're one to fuss about socializing with the untrustworthy.
No, not at all, but not when I have something valuable now. That's why I always gave everything away.
Well, just be a little more careful with your stuff.
Okay.
Are you guys going down the road then? Are you leaving?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get people together.
You guys start to head down the road. As you head down the road, I did say that Petraeus ran out of the house to look for help. And I see him, and you see him, walking back up to the entrance of the road with 3 other people who don't look like servant staff. In fact, one of them has a bow on her back. And he points to Euphemian and says, "That right there. He's the man who's impersonating Euphemian and trying to sabotage your master's home. I need them brought in."
What's
yeah,
that?
I want to cast a spell if Craren's not already doing something.
If you're not doing, I need you to do something. What I need you all to do is roll for initiative, basically.
Oh, that's what it was called. Deflect missiles. That's what I want to do. If they I'm gonna try to deflect a missile.
Oh, let's see.
Oh man, 11.
11 for me too.
12 for me.
20.
What'd you get, Kiki?
Kiki's 11.
And what about you, Euphemian?
12.
All right. And Callista, what'd you get?
20.
Why's your dad being a dick, man?
Actually, Euphemian, I want you to roll an investigation check really fast. Investigation or insight? Actually, yeah, we'll go with investigation.
11.
Investigation? Okay. I can give it to you at an 11. I'm gonna be really simple. I'm gonna be really straightforward here. In the event that the master dies, the household goes to their son. Petraeus did say that whenever they were waiting for Euphemian to get here, they were in fact having Petraeus run the family affairs in the meantime. Which would mean, regardless of what happens now, as long as everybody buys into you not being Euphemian, he will basically be the master of the villa for the time being.
What a dick.
Roll insight as well. I want everybody else to roll insight at disadvantage, but Euphemian, Euphemian, you can roll insight at advantage. Everybody else rolls at a disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
12 is Kiki's disadvantage. Insight.
15. That's it.
Oh man, 11. It would have been a 23.
12.
At
also
a 15. Your dad had this very specific look that he would give you when he was trying to sort of downplay things and dismiss them as not that bad, and sort of just give you this like sort of shrug and like, you know, it's fine, don't worry about it. And he's giving this look to you right now, trying to reassure you that you'll be okay, as he points to you and signals to all of his allies to get ready to attack. His attack seems completely sincere, but he also seems to think that you'll be fine. At a 15, that's the best I can give you. I believe people had things to do. But let me see here.
When Kiki and I, like, our initiatives are the same, does it matter which one goes ahead?
You two can decide at the moment. Yeah.
It's up to you, Kiki. You're okay. It doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was writing notes and I lost my train of thought now.
Oh,
Sorry. Well, we'll come back to you. Petraeus, I'm going to say, Petraeus goes, I want him taken for questioning. You take down his guards. And he runs over to Kiki. And he pulls out two knives, one of them like a pocket dagger, and one of them like a short, almost like a short sword, actually. And he stabs the dagger at you, Kiki. Does a 25 hit?
Jesus.
Holy fuck, yeah.
An 18 and an 11. So
18 hits, 11
18
doesn't.
Okay. So he takes these swords and immediately stabs one into you. Takes the other one, stabs it in your shoulder, leans in, and says, "If you surrender, this is a lot easier." Pulls out the blades, tries to strike you again. I assume you block, and as you block, he turns with a surprising speed over this way, taking the disengage action. I'm really glad I got the Monsters of the Multiverse book because it has some fun new tricks. Callista, your turn.
Hello. Are they really that spread out?
Yes.
I had to ask. Okay, so I'm gonna cast. I haven't done this yet. I believe it's pronounced Nether's Mischief. What?
Sorry, how much damage do I take?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You took 16 piercing damage. You took 6 from the first blade and 10 from the second one.
Jerk. Okay. Sorry, carry on.
Hey, don't look at me. Reed's the one who wrote all the daddy issues.
I have a question. So if something is in a 20-foot cube, is it 20 by 20 or 10 by 10?
Uh, 20 by 20, I think.
Okay.
Right, Reed?
Yeah.
Then I will cast There's Mischief in a 20 by 20 cube. So it's 1, 2. Hang on, math. 3. Wait a second. 4 is here, and right about there.
Okay, so you're getting those two, yeah.
Yep. And roll on the Mischievous Surge table. Ooh, that's a 4. What happens? Drops of molasses hover in the cube, making it difficult terrain until the start of my next turn.
Okay, so then you just do this and all this molasses and everything. You can change it to something else if you want, like something that suits you, but something that would be sticky and Gendo. And so just nipping that in the bud. But if you want to describe that,
well, why don't we just have it look like I'm casting through the pen, and we'll have it look like it's like I'm just flicking ink, and it just
excellent.
hovers in
Just
that,
a bunch of
that
ink
cube.
just falls down, epic Mickey styles. Fantastic as you drop it on, and they just turn and look at each other. And the one with the bow and arrow goes, "Oh, she's got tricks," and the other one says, "Oh, it seems she does." Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Callista?
I'll just say something along the lines of like, "Please now, we can all calm down. We can all be friends here." Let me see if I have any bonus actions. I have a feeling I know what I'm gonna do, but because I think I only really have one. I will give you Femi Bardic Inspiration as well. So I'll just like toss over my shoulder. I'll be like, Euphemian, you know the lay of the land. I trust you. But I'm gonna be very deliberate in calling him Euphemian when I do that. Oh, and I need to make sure I'm close enough for this to cast it, because if not, I will have. Dang it! I will have moved. Sorry about that. Ah! Help!
What happened?
I deleted myself.
There we go.
I just wanted to get rid of this little doodad right here, and now it's just there. So okay, I'm good. Okay, yeah, that's good. At 60 feet, I'm close enough. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. What was it? And is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. And the person over there, let me think. This person over here, pulls out his hand, and you see all these little metal, like attachments, like little like metals and tips of his fingers, on each of them, and he goes, "So you like tricks? Well, doesn't that just mean we can be friends?" And he runs his hands up and down the fingers, and you hear all these clacking sounds, almost like a little duller than like a marimba, but just like all those metal sounds, and throws out this sort of metallic blue energy at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, wisdom. All right. Blue. That is a total of 13.
All right. You feel your mind begin to...
Oh, is this a charm effect?
It is.
I get advantage.
All right, go ahead.
Ooh. 20. Nope, 19. Math.
All right. You feel this effect begin to wash over you, and then you immediately shake it off of him trying to convince you that you both are friends, and you like wonder, like when he does that, like, maybe we can be friends. Like, well, wait, he is a bard. Maybe we no, wait. Your mind just pushes back, and he just goes, "Oh well, I tried," and looses an arrow at you. A 20, I assume, hits, flies up, hits you in the shoulder, does 3 piercing damage.
Okay, let me roll concentration. So first roll, so yeah, that's plenty. It's 19. Rolled a 17.
Okay, okay.
Can I just snark back like, all you had to do was ask if you wanted to be friends?
Euphemian, it's your turn. Tammy's mom just said, "Is Kiki injured?" So I just put, "We come for your daughter, Chuck." So stupidest joke. Euphemian, it is your turn.
I want to check something out here.
Oh, Faust TV, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, you lovely darling soul.
Also, Ben, when I deleted myself, I pulled myself off the initiative.
Why? What is your initiative again? It's 20?
20! Look, I'm here because Kyra can't be, so
I'm
Oh yeah, I wonder how she's doing.
call me a 20.
I'm going to turn to the others. Stop and think a moment, you fools. This one has been getting on quite well without my presence. Now that I've come, he's trying to usurp this position for himself. Shoot him!
I want you to roll a persuasion check, and my guy, it needs to be high.
You also have a bardic, right?
Yeah, I do. It's not fantastic. So I've got 17.
They look at you, and like the bard sort of aims his arrow at you a bit further, or aims his short bow at you. And Petreus says, and yet you're not surrendering. We could sort this out immediately. He goes, we have to subdue them, and then we'll sort this out with him. I could say that was your bonus action, unless you want to do something else, and you can still have your action.
All right.
I didn't put the archer on the list. That's weird. Let me do that now. That was my bad.
I am going to.
I'm gonna have the archer go at the end of the initiative before I fix this again, because they should have gone before. Or Kiki, would it bother you if the archer went first? Would that mess up your plans? Okay, then I'll do it later. Okay.
No, it won't.
Oh well, I tried. I'm going to go through. I'm going to try my new toy here, Grimes Binding Ice.
No.
So it's a 30-foot cone.
Oh no.
They have to make
They're
a con save.
every one of them is in a terrible position for what you're doing here.
Oh dear.
Hey, that's sarcastic, and I know it. What is the save they're going for?
Constitution 15.
All right, 1 second. And roll. Okay, and they don't take any damage if they pass.
Half damage, but they don't get hindered by ice, which
okay, so
reduces speed to 0.
okay, roll your full damage. Then you roll 15. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be 11
Atreus?
damage.
Oh, 11 cold damage. Okay. You rolled and it's 11. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it? Petreus takes 5, and they both take 11. As the ice washes over them. And what was it? And hindered. So does that mean they move at half? Okay. Oh, speed reduced by 0. Ooh. As you see this ice start to chill over them, and ice begin to frost around their feet and form around the ground around them. And Petreus bracing himself and goes, "Oh, you really did go to that school. That is impressive."
You think I'm impressive? You've just made my friend angry.
Okay, I'll let Kiki go before the archer. That's too good of a setup. You have Bardic. Your charisma checked your way into an early attack.
And you won't like me when I'm angry. I'll get into a rage. Following up on Euphemian's intro to me.
And you're going deep into your rage.
I'm going deep into my rage, and I believe that I will go ahead for my tail. I'm going to bring up my tail. So my ponytail obviously gets longer and it starts kind of swishing around. I'm foaming at the gills. And I am going to basically where am I doing? Oh, scroll up. Okay. I am going to pull out my axe of Xander very slowly. I will stare right at Petreus, and I will take very slow, deliberate steps towards him.
His eyes just go wide as he's just like, okay.
I assume that's the one there directly in front of me here?
Yes.
Because he doesn't have a name, so I'm
Oh,
assuming
I meant
that
for you
was
to be able to
him.
see it. I meant for you to be able to see them.
First of all, sorry.
For some reason, our headset keeps disconnecting.
Sorry, my Bluetooth keeps dropping and then it comes back. That's what that whooshing sound is, or the crazy cars. So I'll say, first of all, you ruined my outfit. And second of all, how dare you do this to a man who's just found out his father has fucking died? What is wrong with you? And I will take a swing at him with the axe of for 24.
24 hits. He moves to dodge out of the way, and you just drive it into him, and he just shouts out in pain.
For
7 damage.
plus two of my rage bonus.
Okay, you
Wait,
hit him for
hang
9.
on. I don't think my rage bonus has gone up since my going up. Has it? Let me double check. Plus 2. Nope.
Fighter.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I didn't know. Things happen, and I don't know what they do when we level up. It's been so long.
Right. So you chop at him, hit him for 9 points of damage. He just shouts out, just blood flies. Yeah, that's your first action, and you have so many because God doesn't like me. I owe him $20.
I'll collect for him.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and raise my axe and go after him once more for my second attack, and that is a 20.
Yeah, that hits too. Roll damage.
5, so plus 2 bonus, so 7.
Yeah, he strikes out and goes and stumbles back, holding his arm, and goes, "See, she said it herself. His hired muscle said it herself." And just looks at you, Famian, and just sort of says low, "You're putting me in a situation where I'm going to have to put them down." And Kiki, is there anything else you want to do on your turn? On Archer's turn, the Archer is fucking going to... Let me see, does he need to do anything to get out of the ice? Like, what is the roll to get out of that? He has to use an action to break away from it. Okay, he's not going to. He is going to take the longbow. I'm gonna say there's bushes there. I'm gonna give you partial cover, so that's plus 2. So she pulls out the bow and just lets the arrow fly. 6, 12. Does a 12 hit?
To whom?
Kiki.
No.
Okay. In that case, she's gonna squint her eye, correct it. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
3 times per day, I can boost the roll after I find out what it was. And the arrow drives in, hits you for 7, which in half goes down to 3. Hits you for 3 points of damage. Hits you in the chest. She looks at you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 moment. Farron, you there?
Yeah, I sure am.
She looks at Kiki and sees how well Kiki takes 3 points of damage, and just, while making eye contact with Kiki, looses an arrow at Krarin. Krarin, she rolled a nat 1, but I'm gonna say, given who you are, she didn't miss, you succeeded. Would you like to describe why this didn't hit?
I think that I was on my guard already, knowing that there was somebody trying to point an arrow at us. So
Mhm.
I'd like to say that I either bat it out of the way or I catch it.
Can you throw
Okay,
it back?
yeah, so you
Whichever
just-
one. Yeah, I've deflect missiles already as it is, but I mean, it depends on Ben how he wants to flavor it.
Yeah, you can catch it if you want. That's perfect. Yeah, she shoots at you and just you grab it out of the air.
I'd be like,
And she
thank you. Put it into my pocket.
And she turns and
I will
goes.
just- Oh, I was just gonna say, I snarled back, "This is how you welcome the master back home? I thought you were civilized people." No real reason,
me
I just
one
want to
moment.
insult them.
No, I get you.
Kiki, when did you get vicious mockery?
Right?
She actually
Um,
multi-classed into Bard, we just don't know it yet.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm gonna say so. Basically, this other person over here, who's this guy, very 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 attractive young man, with just like no shirt
did
and
I
just
Sorry,
did you not go
did I-
yet? Oh,
I
you didn't
not
go yet.
go?
Go. Yes, it's your turn. I'm
Are
so
you
sorry.
sure?
I'm totally
Okay.
off. Yeah, go.
Okay. So
All I've said about this guy is that he's hot. That's all I've said.
he is kind of hot, no joke. I'm probably gonna go by
He's
there.
being hot as a reaction.
It's a free action actually to be hot.
The win.
So let's see,
Mhm.
5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm gonna go and move my way over to this guy. And
Wow, y'all are just going in for him.
oh, don't worry. And I'll be like, can you just stop talking? And I'm gonna punch him.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna punch him with my fists, clearly. Nope,
Mhm.
with my quarterstaff. And I'd like to hit him for an 18.
Let me see here. 18 does hit.
Okay. And I'm going to hit him. We said two-handed, right? So 12.
Are you using 2 hands? Okay. Yeah, you hit him for 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're blasting this guy. Okay, you hit him for 12. Go ahead.
May I use one of my key points to stunning strike him?
Sure. Yeah, he doesn't make con save, right?
Yes, that would be.
Yeah, you strike him. I believe it's you hit him and you strike him like. Do you want to like hit him in the chest and the throat? Like, how does the stunning strike work for you?
Yeah, I think because I'm telling him to shut up, so I'll just like punch him in the throat.
You just punch him in the throat and he just it just hits dead on. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, then I'm gonna go and because he's stunned, I'm gonna go run over. Let's see, I have 50 feet of movement, guys. Holy shit, I'm motherfucking fast now. Can I go 5, 10? So if I jump over this rock here, like how much movement is that?
Rock would be difficult terrain, so that would be used up double your move speed.
Okay, so 1, 2, so let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'd like to make my way up to this hot martial artist
Okay.
and be like, mano a mano. And I do another attack.
Okay. Roll your attack roll against him. Yeah, go ahead.
Mano a mano. Ba-bam!
Oh, boy.
22 to hit.
22 does hit. Yeah, so you swing. He's actually got no armor. But you see alongside that he has lots of different daggers along his belt.
Okay.
So you go ahead and you want to roll damage on that.
I would like to. 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay, you hit him for 9 damage as he steps back, or he gets hit, recoils, steps back.
May I still use the key point or no? This is what I get confused about.
Let me see. Double check. Yeah, it's available to you. Can use them as many times as you can justify them each turn.
Okay, then I would like to do flurry of blows on him.
Oh wow.
So flurry of blows. Bam, 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 bam. 10. Oh, 10 to hit. Probably not.
Yeah. You. Is that it for your turn? If you did
I
finish
think
it?
I have one more flurry of blows because it's 2 for bonus for flurry of blows.
Okay.
I think.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's your bonus action. It's if you hit for a bonus action, you get 2. So have you used your bonus action yet? I don't think so. That's fair. Okay, so you hit. He grabs your foot and just spins and like throws you back and throws your foot back down to the ground like in a fluid motion. And then I think you can keep going.
Dare you? So I hit him with a 20.
Yeah, 20 definitely hits.
I'm gonna hit him for another 9.
All right. Perfect. You hit
And
him.
No, I'm just gonna say, and then because of I'm like, how dare you? And he goes and I like kick him with my other foot, and then I hit him, and I'll be like, and then so I'll blow my raspberry, and because I have the drunken action, I can or whatever drunken mastery, I can disengage and like. Also, actually, how far back can I go? I went 20, and then I went another 20, I guess.
Your walking speed increases by 10 feet, and hold on. No, that's not right. You gain the benefit of the disengage action. Yeah, you can just keep moving.
Yeah, and I think I think I get like a little extra movement as well.
Yeah, you get 10-foot boost. Yeah.
On top of that, okay, cool. So I'm gonna take because I still have 10 feet of movement. I'm gonna take 20 feet of movement and say fuck off. And 5, 10, 15, nope, 15, 20, and run the fuck away.
Just made a big triangle. Right back where you started.
I did. Because I don't want to go closer to the other two, because that's like tight. I'm gonna be closer to you, actually, Callista.
And he looks at you and goes, "You're good."
You're
she's
hot.
not.
No, I'm kidding.
I know, but you're good, and she's not. Throws that, and just this flurry of blades flies towards Callista.
Oh, shit, I can't use my reaction, can I?
As Callista, you try to dodge as many of them as possible, but there's just way too many. As they each fly towards you, one of them hits you square in the chest. One of them hits you in the leg. You take a combined 11 points of piercing damage.
How many is each of them? Because I'm gonna have to roll for concentration each time.
Neither of them is above 10, so it's 7 and 4.
Okay.
And I want to be clear, he made 5 attack rolls.
You are hit.
All right. So you said 11 total, and then
2 damage, 2 hits. So you have to roll concentration twice.
So 14's the first one, and
there's no 14.
It's the second.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So you pass them both. Okay, so he hits both of them. And he
But I just keep up.
Okay, yeah. He looks at you, and he calls out and goes. And he looks at the others and points to the archer, motions to Cray. He motions to Callista. Each of them sort of squaring off on what they're about to do next, as their party begins to enter formation. Atreus, clearly just looking at Euphemian, I'm just gonna say let me think for a second. He just looks at Euphemian and says, "Quit making this harder than it has to be." Euphemia, you can respond, and then I guess we can close out in a minute if you'd like. You got no response? Sorry?
I've made it exactly as hard as it needs to be.
The house is burning in behind you. The villa that belongs to Master Euphemian, with Euphemian's father still inside, along with some delicious baklavas, on the top of this hill on Miletus, this testament to the cruelty that is, after all, just business. And that is where we will end this session and where we will resume the next one.
Oh, I love
I
it.
wanna do another round.
I know, just one more round. Oh my god. Next week.
Thank you all for coming to this stream. We are. Hold on one second. We are Roll for Bull. We are 7 to
Roll
10
Bull.
on. We're 7 to 10 on Mondays, and if you feel free to like, subscribe, we have gifts. We have emojis of all the characters if you subscribe. And wow, thank you to everybody who shows up. I see a lot of people here that I recognize. B. Alex, Bipolar, Faust TV, Fatima, just so many wonderful people. Lizzie Beth, oh my gosh, Tammy's mom, of course, patron saint of this show. All of you wonderful people. Don't forget these buttons we got from Fatima's store. We put the link in the chat. We'll put it there again. If you use the code Roll for Bull, you will get a discount of 15%. Whew. Man, I want to tell you offline what I was planning for this because you threw me in a different direction. Tammy, fashions. Fashions. I love it.
What?
No,
All
I
you
was
gotta
saying
do
it.
is add googly eyes
Oh.
to it.
I was saying it with
Oh.
admiration. I was saying with
Oh.
admiration. It was great.
They stick. Well, I can hook them on my glasses. And this, well, I got a nice shelf holding this up.
That is the exact line where I can no longer participate in the conversation. I have, as a professional and a man on the internet, I have no idea what a boob is. I have never found out. So thank you all very much for this stream.
Thanks, everybody.
I'll see you guys. You guys have a wonderful night.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you
Thanks for
so much,
joining.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.